Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome along to American Truck Simulator once again, and for the first time this is American Truck Simulator with a Brodie knob, which is also known as a steering wheel Spinnymajig, as I call it. So I'm gonna be using this mainly when I'm reversing or just cruising along, or need to pull tight turns quickly. Yeah, it's on my wheel, top dead center, just for comfort reasons, and it rattles a bit. It's the only issue I have with it so far. Today we're taking some ethane from Fresno to Oxnard for $7,700, which isn't a lot, but it is the best value for money job I could get in Fresno. So without further ado, I've kind of started recording late. Without further ado, we are already in the yard with the trailer attached. So, whoops. So let's get going. And what the Brodie knob does, for me, doesn't give you any great effects in the game, but for me it just makes these quick and tight turns just that small bit easier. Because I just put my fingers on it, or put it into the, grasp it in the palm of my hand, 2 fingers at either side of it, and it just fits nice and snugly and allows me to spin the wheel a bit faster than usual. It's just as fast as me having my hand on the wheel, but it's that bit more comfortable. So you need to get up to 55. We're going down California highways yet again. One thing I do love about them is the 55 limit. I'm gonna use just the low gearings because don't think there's all that much need for high gears, and I am using the wheel now instead of the Brodie, or the spinner as I call it. I call it a spinner. Apparently the official name is a Brodie knob, but it's much more fun to call it a spinner, because it sounds like a gangster from like 2003. And that's that was the Brodie, dude. That was a Brodie knob beta turn. Yeah, this is going to be a lot easier for farm sim as well. I know you guys can't see it, but I did actually grasp it there, as if you guys could. Yeah, it's going to be make life a lot easier for me when I'm doing tight turns, like when I'm parking in this, plowing in farm sim, actually doing most field work in farm sim, and it just gives me a way to grasp the wheel very quickly, and well, grasp and turn very quickly. There is a slight issue in that it sticks out quite far, but that's kind of a non-issue in its own way. Wow, I'm turning off up here already. That was such a long way on the interstate. I'm just gonna cruise into this junction because I am turning right. Let's get this down to 5th. I know there's a stop sign, but I should be good to just... Never mind. Yeah, that was my fault. That was a risk I shouldn't have taken. Flee the scene. Quickly. I was at the 101. I'm sure there's a song written about that for some reason. Driving down the 101, California, here we come. Right back where we started from. Wonder if that was used on a California-based quasi-reality TV show before. That was really risky because I didn't stop. The truck just decided not to work on me. And yeah, I've been asked what happens if I try and change gears without clutching. I'm gonna do it here to try and get up to 6th. Didn't use the clutch, did change up to 6th. As soon as I tap the clutch, it shifts into 6th. Although I should have held the clutch down a bit longer than I did. So that answers that question that I haven't asked. I'll do the same going, I might have to go back down to 5th. Except I don't, because you need to use the clutch. Yeah, and you notice the rate stay up because I'm actually keeping my foot on the throttle just a small bit. I was actually going 40. Good lord, that was a first. If there's a 40, there must be a 30 coming up. Here it is. $27, $28, $29, $30. There we go. And you know I'm using the Brodie now when it doesn't quite center. Because as soon as I put my hand on the Brodie, it starts trying to move one way or the other like this. That's just me putting a bit of downward pressure on the Brodie, and depending on which way I tilt my hand almost, it changes direction. Why could I not? That was my fault, but the... Why am I not getting good brake pressure? I'm gonna just drop my seat a bit. Maybe that'll help. I think it's actually that there isn't a big pile of rubbish crowding around my chair that I'm not getting full brake pressures today. Because I'm so used to having like my room covered in rubbish and dirty clothes. That's really uncomfortable now. I need to swap lanes. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. You're a douchebag. Douchebags all. Get out of the... No, don't just pull up beside me. Oh, you. It's because of idiots like you that there are traffic accidents. There's a truck behind me now honking at me because I'm taking up the entire road. Courtesy of you and your bloody people carrier. Oh, I could have just gone around the outside. That's annoying when that happens. There's 30. I'm using cruise control because I don't trust myself. There we go. Shift into this lane real quick. And the squeaking is still there, to an extent. Rather annoyingly. I may have to resort to just spraying WD-40 into the pedal and hoping for the best. I don't know. It seems to be a very limited movement squeak though. Man, it is dying down a lot since last week, so it is on the way out. It's just taking its time to get there. Ooh. Okay, I think I went from one set of wheels to the other there. That was not exactly a good turn. Once that happens, I try and Brodie at 50 miles an hour, I guess. And I'm only going to do the one delivery today, just because I have a lot of work to do in Farm Sim for, I guess, today's stream. You'll be seeing it. You'll be seeing the stream, well, this video tomorrow for me, as usual. So I'm trying to get all the work I can possibly get done in a reasonable time frame done for Farm Sim stream, and that involves a lot of plowing. Unfortunately, the plowing issue is becoming worse and worse with that Coon 5 furrow. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do in Farm Sim. Well, I know what I'm going to do. I've got a lot of stuff planned. It's just the issue really is I don't know how much plowing I'll get done tonight for me. Don't know how much plowing I'll get done after I record this, and that's kind of an issue. I'm gonna fix my chair again once seeing as I'm stopped. So, up it goes. And almost as if on cue, turn screen. Lovely. Totally wasn't trying to sit down in a rush there. Just gonna kind of pull in, try and let the AI cars pass me. Because I know this thing doesn't have great acceleration. Oh, it's this next turn off I'm taking. Oh. Okay. Apparently Brodie knobs have caused quite a few accidents as well. And are, I think, banned in trucks and stuff in America, as far as I'm aware. Like, some specific types of vehicles have them banned in America because they are dangerous and cause accidents. I can kind of see why, because it does impede motion in a certain range. Certain areas of the wheel you do get a reduced range of motion, but I don't quite understand why they would ban them for that. Or kind of restrict them, I guess, is a better word. Also, I don't know why I've been brought along this road. The top road would have been just as well. I mean, I could have just turned off a bit later. Oh god, this is the road of doom I'm heading on to, isn't it? This is the road I absolutely cannot stand. Whoops. How damaged is their load of ethane? 0. Good. Okay, I'm just going to use the Brodie coming up here because this is a road that's going to require a lot of turning very quickly, I think. And I'm also just going to set cruise control at 21. I know the limit is 25, but I'd rather not push it too much. Let's go up to 25. Okay, so that's the actual speed limit now, it's 25. And I am really struggling to keep this truck with all wheels on the road just because I'm turning too tightly and too early. on some occasions too late. There we go. So the aim, oddly enough, and this is really counterintuitive to me, is to keep the nose on the outside of corners as much as possible, because the trailer's going to take a tighter route, as you can see there. And this way keeps it out of all the issues that it may find, such as barriers and sand and barriers and trees and bushes. Downside is I'm more likely to smack the truck off something like this. It looks like we're nearly there though. And again, I don't see why I've been taking up this road. There was a perfectly good route below. But I guess this was the quicker way? Somehow? I don't quite understand how. Customer expects delivery very soon. Make sure you arrive on time. Well, it's alright, because I'm pretty much outside their compound, so it doesn't matter too much. And the truck is maxed out at 21 at the moment. There we go. So the compound's just up here to the right, which means I probably won't hit 40 or anywhere near it, just because I'm trying to keep the truck on the road. Manually just managing the speed now, and in we go. All nice and lovely like. Just keep this in fourth gear for the time being. Where do you want it? In over here. This is gonna be a bit of a pain to back in by the looks of it. Can I get this far enough in here so that I can just kind of power back it? Okay. Don't know if we're good enough here yet, but we'll try it. Need to first off avoid that big pillar on the left. Unfortunately, is that really the view from that mirror? Pretty much. And we're not really getting anywhere with this load at all, are we? If anything, we're kind of screwing ourselves over by coming at it from this angle. Well, maybe not. Because if I start straightening it out kind of here-ish, and then... No, because it still needs... yeah. Okay, so let's cruise it up like this. Nice and slow. Now get that going backwards. I'm using both the mirrors for once, which is rather unusual for me. Okay, so now we're... Nope. I'd rather get it to start straightening out now, but the truck doesn't seem to want to agree, or the trailer doesn't at least. So let's just pull it forward a bit, and And we want it to go right here, don't we? Yes. Okay. Now I'm going to use this viewpoint here to get a good idea of where the trailer actually is. And I would argue this is a fairly realistic speed for reversing this style of trailer, because this contains explosives, essentially. And we should almost be there, so just clutch in. There we go. Delivered. Good work, which means we damaged the trailer. How badly? Quite badly, actually. 1.2%, 7401 and 331 XP. That brings us up to 12,493. That's 1156, so we're gonna have to take 9416. Okay, so how much do we actually have here? Where's the calculator on my phone? Because I want to work this out. So 12493 minus 9416. Okay, so that's $3,077 of an overrun we have currently, which means that we're not going to go in debt. We do theoretically need to repair the truck, but we can make do as is. And yeah. That's all I can say, really. It's gonna be a struggle for a while. Once we get, I think, this first loan paid off, well, they're all gonna pay off. This has, what, 70 take 55 is 25 days remaining. 15 days remaining. Okay. I'm hoping that doesn't mean I have to. Oh, left to repay. Okay, good. So, 15 days we'll have the $400,000 loan paid off, and then another 45 will have each of the 100,000s. That's actually fine, because that's 15 more repayments, and then another 45, which is 60 days total, and we'll have all the loans repaid. So about 60 trips, which is probably what I've done already. In any case, thank you all very much for watching. You've been watching American Truck Simulator, and I finally got that correct. I've been Rainbow Dave. Yeah, until next time, because I've confused myself. Stay safe, and goodbye.